I heard something. Injano, police funny but so I felt carried because I was very unconscious. I felt carried. So I was carried onto the bucket of the police. So I heard a siren. Not knowing they had taken me to the police station at Tech in handcuff again. Me the one beating, they handcuffed me. So at that time my father was not there. So when my father came, in fact I was actually dying.
For Joshua Fuga, electoral violence is evil and must be opposed by all.
Violence is not needed in elections. I have been a victim of it. It affected my career. In fact, my bank even classified me as a politically exposed person, even as a staff, because they were saying that what was I doing as a banker on election day doing money. But I thought it's a civic responsibility. I feel like political parties come to form government. So if I believe in ideology of a particular political party, it's my responsibility to support them.
It will be exactly 8 years on December 7th when he was mistaken for someone who had snatched a ballot box. Mr. Fuga says he was not armed and there was nothing dangerous about him.
So that was around 9. Then they got there, then they started.
They suspected that you guys were coming to snatch
the ballot box. That was early morning, 9 a.m. And I work in the bank. I'm well paid. I don't see the reason why a party will give me money to go and do that. And I will not do that. I wouldn't do that. I'm alive because of Jesus. You understand? I was going to get my car. You remember I told you I was driving my own car. So I was going to get when I went there, they had deflated all the tires. So I was running across the street, Ayediasi Street. I entered somebody's house and then they pushed me away. My brother, it is God who saved me. It is God. Before I realized I was at Special Ward Confanoche, where Dr. Akpalu at that time, he was the one who did all the stitches. My thumb was actually cut. I have the x-ray, everything is there. So he sewed it. As you can see, this is a knife. My head, I had wounds this side. They had to stitch it. I had one here. They stitched it. I have a serious, this one, it gives me migraine every day. So I go and do CT scan almost every quarter to make sure that I'm okay.
I asked how bad his injuries were.
Not knowing the cut here was deep, so air was entering my head. So I remember when my daddy came, he was wearing a blue shirt. And then, so he came, I heard him asking the police, why are you keeping my son here? Are they stupid? Are they fools? Can't they see the gentleman is dying? So when my daddy came, so my daddy removed his top, the blue top, I remember very well. And then he covered my head with it. And that saved my life, I remember. Because when he did that, I felt life was coming back to me.
What will he do if he met his attackers hours to the election?
I am the forgiving type. So I'll tell them they shouldn't do it again. Because you might never know who is going to help you in future. Maybe the person that you are trying to kill is the person that your destiny is tied to. Because honestly, those people within that area, there are people that one day I know that when I become the member of parliament, they are going to depend on me to develop their area or to give them employment. And I believe that I'll become a member of parliament within the Foricon constituency where I was beaten.
A lot of people have been victims of electoral violence. Some have died, some are still alive, but perhaps with imprinted injuries. Joshua Fuga says political violence can only end by absolute political will. This means political parties must treasure human life to electoral victory.
Some people are actually benefiting from it. So if you preach against it, they don't want to listen because that is where their strength lies. So who played with the media? You are the fourth arm of government. We are pleading with you to help us so that we will send the information out there that this violence is not needed. I think the National Civic Education, the NCCE, they are not doing their work well. They are supposed to go down and train people and tell them that no, election is not about violence. It's about sharing of ideas. So if I do not agree with you, or if I do not want to vote for you at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that you should come and, intimidate me or even assault me. You understand? So, Mohammed, you and I, we have an obligation to tell the good people of Ghana, especially our political leaders, that violence is not the solution.
Violence is not an option. Joshua wants Ghanaians to build strong law for themselves. For him, you never know which hands your fortune rests on, emphasizing that whoever you try to kill or hurt today because of the election could be a savior tomorrow. A report by Mohammed Nuruddin.